All right, guys, thanks for tuning back into the channel. So for today's video, I have 5 cards in my PC right now that are worth more than $1,000 each. My most recent video before this was talking about, probably about 50 cards that I'm selling for worth about $7,000. These 5 cards alone are worth more than that. And I thought this would be kind of interesting since I talked about all the cards that I'm moving on from. Here are the cards that I'm keeping. So first up, we have a card that we've seen before. Wander Franco 215, Topps first edition, Wander Franco. So this card, the only eBay sale that's ever been posted was about a month and a half ago, PSA 10, and it was for $1,200. I am not sure where the value would lie with this today. I would be willing to guess it might have dropped, might dip under $1,000 potentially, but I'm just going off of eBay comps, and that's the only sale of this card in any grade ever. They only made about 150 of these guys. It's got about the same population as the green parallel in the first edition set. So this is a super short printed card and one of the top cards that Wander will ever have in his hobby. So definitely going to hang on to that for a little bit and just see how his career goes. Next card up, this is a sick card. It is a 2019 Topps Mystery Redemption Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This card, for those of you that don't know, has a pretty interesting little history. So Topps in 2019, they do this every couple years or so. They released mystery redemption autographs. So just like your standard redemptions, but instead of listing a player, it just said mystery. So they had the A and the B, and they didn't release the names of them until later in the year. And the reason that they did this is they wanted to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Eloy Jimenez into these autograph series earlier in more products, but they had not reached the big leagues yet. And so this was a way for them to get around it. They put the mystery redemption in, and they can sign the autographs after they make the big leagues and sell them at that point. So this is the very first card in Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s hobby with a rookie card shield and an autograph on it. The first rookie autograph for Vlad. And the comps for this sit around $1,000. PSA 10 most recently sold for about $1,200. So I would imagine that this sells probably around $1,000, maybe a little bit less at this point in time, just because he's not performing like he was last year. But this is definitely a card that I'm hanging on to. Obviously one of the top cards in his hobby, and probably will continue to be for a long time. So next up, easily probably the second most valuable card that I own, Rafael Devers 2018 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor Auto. This is the true gold refractor, not gold wave. This is probably one of the most coveted Rafael Devers cards in the entire hobby. I bought this, guys, in 2018 for about $110. Can you believe that? The most recent sale of this card sold in the gold wave variety. That's the only listing that I could see that sold at a PSA 10 for about $1,200. Now this is SGC, so it's not PSA, but it's still a 9.5, and it is the true gold, which is way more desirable than the gold wave. So I would probably put the true value of this somewhere between $1,200 to $1,500, with it potentially being even more expensive. This is just simply a card that does not come up for sale very often. So with how Devers has been performing this year, he's still probably, around that top 5 MVP candidate. I think that this card definitely is worth around that, and absolutely more than $1,000. Next card up, I've teased this in previous videos, so here it is. This is the biggest trade that I ever made, guys. This is a Juan Soto BGS 10 from Topps Chrome Update Pink Refractor. This was such a cool day for me. So I traded this card. I traded for this card, and I sent away a 2020 Jason Dominguez Mega Box autograph in a PSA 10. That's what I traded away for this. And so, honestly, I think I probably got the better end of the deal from it. So, I don't know exactly where this card's value currently is. The most recent sale of it is around $1,200, but with him in the news and, you know, his contract and getting traded to the Padres, which is ridiculous. I'm not even going to go into that right now, but absolutely ridiculous. I would imagine this card's probably around $1,500 for a true value at this point in time. This is a card that I actually currently have listed on eBay. I am the lowest buyer if anybody is interested. But it is an absolutely beautiful card, and I'm so happy that I have this currently in my PC. And the last card, the biggest card, you guys see who that is? These guys are probably going to be batting back-to-back in the order for a number of years to come. This is a 2019 Topps Clearly Authentic Orange Autograph Fernando Tatis Jr. That is out of 5, guys. 1 of 5 rookie autograph Fernando Tatis Jr. It is really hard to put a price on this. Now, if you're looking at the slab itself, the card's not graded. The autograph's a 9, but when it comes to a card like this, guys, that doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you right now. These type of cards, when they were this short printed, it's a rookie autograph of probably one of the most coveted players in all of baseball and in sports. It does not matter. If this card were to go for sale now, oh gosh, the green parallel in a PSA 8 is the most recent sale from Topps Clearly Authentic in this year. Sold for $670. The greens are out of 99, guys. $670 in a PSA 8. So not a PSA 10, nothing crazy. This is probably the equivalent of a PSA 8. I don't even know where this card would start. I would have to guess it's more than $2,000, potentially $3,000, $4,000. And I picked up this card back in 2019 for $420. And I'll tell you guys, I posted this on Reddit. I remember talking about it at the time, and people were saying that that was a terrible buy at the time. I was trying to justify it by saying, hey, there was one that recently just sold for $500, so I thought that $80 was a great difference. I thought I was making a great move, and you know what? 2020 happened, and the cards blew up, and this card just hasn't looked back since then. So the biggest pickup that I've ever made in my life, for sure. The most profit that I would ever make if I was to sell this card. And yeah, that's it. So those are my 5 cards, guys. Got the Wander first edition in the PSA 10. Got the Vlad and the Rafael Devers in SGC 9.5. And, you know, I didn't talk about this in earlier when I revealed this, but the reason these are in SGC holders is this was the first batch of cards that I ever sent off for grading, and I probably would have submitted this to PSA or BGS given the chance today. But you know what? Brand new in the hobby. I was just trying to test out all the grading, all the graders, and you know what? I sent these off to SGC to kind of give them a run. So, and then the last 2 cards, the Juan Soto and the Tatis. So, hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Try not to make it too long, but thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.